Okay, are we ready? We want to get into this?
Yeah, let's go.
Talk to us about Port Royal Golf Club in
Yes.
Bermuda.
The famous Port Royal Golf Club. Robert Trent Jones originally designed this course. It is a par 71, playing just over 6,800 yards. This isn't a big track at all. I mean, this is like a track normal people play on for the most part. But we're back to a full field event. We've got 132 players this week. You've got Bermuda grass, tee to green. Bermuda grass.
Yep, makes
That's
sense.
pretty cool. Makes sense. Um, I do think this, like last year, Brendan Todd is, by the way, he's the inaugural champion. This is the first time they've played this event. They've played other events here on this course, but this is the first time they played an actual tour event. But he was at 24 under. This was a birdie bonanza last year. You've got three extremely easy par fives. I'm talking about
Birdie
like,
Bonanza.
I mean, these par fives are basically par fours for these guys. So you've got to score on them. And there are definitely some attackable par fours as well. Last year, this course ranked 28th of the 41 as far as most difficult courses. There's a lot of elevation out here on this course. Wind is really going to be the biggest factor in scoring. And especially this week, it looks like Friday we're going to see a good amount of wind. So I think that's important. Now, the first 6 or 7 holes are inland and not out in the wind. So those are actually the most scoreable holes. So I don't think the wind is going to be as much of a factor there. But then once they get past 7, they get out onto the coast, and it could create some challenging conditions as far as the wind's concerned. Looks like we're getting a lot of rain early in the week here, so I think the course is going to play pretty soft. But outside the wind, I do think that this is going to be one of those courses, just like we saw last year, where there's a ton of birdies. And like you said, long shot season. I mean, I think this is definitely a week to take a lot of risk with guys on this course, because almost anybody, when you get a 6,800 yard course, almost everybody in the field really is in play, because they're all like, if you're a
Yeah.
bomber, you're still having to back off sometimes off the tee. They're all kind of hitting their approach shots from the same areas. So it really brings a lot of players into play this week. The stats I like, looking at form, looking at ball striking, strokes gained approach as always, and looking at that putting on Bermuda stat, maybe going out 50 to 100 rounds, just getting a good idea of where these guys are putting as far as Bermuda is concerned. So there you go, DB. That's the course breakdown for Port Royal Golf Club, Bermuda Championship. Any
Yeah.
thoughts from you?
Yep, wind is a big factor, like you said. Couldn't agree more on the type of player. Anybody can win here being that short for sure. I think the over-under on winning score is like 17 and a half under-ish is the number. So you can look for another winning score in the high teens. If we only really have a little bit of wind, it could be even better than that. So heads up there. I went back and I looked last year. Just a couple things that you didn't hit on. There were 49 Eagles last year. That's a lot of Eagles. So you got to
Yes.
score. You got to have
That's
guys making
and
these,
that's what I'm
taking
saying.
advantage of these par fives.
I didn't mention the Eagles, but again, the par fives are like par fours. I mean, they are
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
not long at all.
And then I just wanted to see like who went super low last year. So last year, Brendan Todd obviously won. He shot around a 62 to win it and snatched the 100 to 1 Harry Higgs outright bet that I had. Snatched it from my clutches on Sunday. Scotty Scheffler also shot a 62 here last year. Now, Scotty's not playing, but just that's a perfect example. The two guys that set the course record last year, Brendan Todd, who can't hit it out of his own shadow, but just
Yeah.
puts the eyes out of it and doesn't miss fairways, shot a 62. Scotty Scheffler bombs it, aggressive, par five, just dominates par five. He shot a 62. You had 3 players shoot a 63. Brendan Todd also shot a 63. Your buddy, doppelganger, our friend, been on the podcast, great head of hair, Hank Lebioda shot a 63. And Wes Roach, who is also a bomber, long hitter off the Korn Ferry Tour, shot a 63. Your next best score, 64, Bo Hogue, Josh Teeter, Russell Knox, and Rob Oppenheim. None of those guys. I think Bo hits it okay, but none of those guys long hitters. So
Yeah.
definitely, it's definitely a like fairway and in kind of spot. Get hot with the putter. I'm looking at accuracy off the tee. I'm looking at greens and regulation. Strokes gained approach is number one. Putting on Bermuda. And I just want like guys who are, I think known to be like good wedge players, because you're going to have a ton of wedges. Like 125 and in is going to be all week long here.
Are you
I
going
don't
to look
really
at proximity 125 and in?
You know what? I might. What if I do? What are you going to do if I do?
I'll agree with you. That's what I'll do.
I don't really care much about strokes gained around the green. I mean, to me, in a birdie fest like this, I don't need my guys worried about. I need my guys hitting greens. If I got guys scrambling to get up and down for par, it's probably not working out. So
yeah, that's not going to work.
I didn't really look into that. And then just overall, you just want guys who hit it on the screws and make some putts, and are coming in decent form, ready to go low in a birdie fest. All the stats presented to you by our friends at Fantasy National. Go to fantasynational.com/TJ, fantasynational.com/TJ, or you can enter promo code Tour Junkies when you sign up and they ask you how you heard about them. Your boys at the Tour Junkies told you. It's where we get all our stats, all our information, ownership projections, lineup optimizers, projections, all you want for Korn Ferry Tour and PGA Tour. They actually just added, I think they just got new data backdating to like 2004 from the PGA Tour now. They're getting all their information from the Tour and CDW, so it is certified, real news, not fake news. So it's good stuff. Sign up. You get 20% off any subscription, weekly, monthly, or annually at fantasynational.com/TJ. Before we get into the picks, Pat, I want to do something for Masters. This isn't a contest, although I think we will have a contest. I want our Masters show to have a little more listener engagement, and maybe we do 2 Masters shows. Maybe we do a sports book and a DFS show. We haven't used the TJ hotline in a long time.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? I want to bring back. And here's the thing: every time we offer up a TJ hotline thing, like there's usually only a few of you that get in there and do that. Like we need you guys to come through here. Like if you're a loyal, faithful listener, get you a pen right now, or pull your phone out and get ready to type this number. Save it in your phone. TJ hotline. Okay, it's a free call. What call's not free nowadays anyway? 706
free call.
706-6 addict is the number. ADDICT. That's 706-623-3428. 706-623-3428. Call and leave us a voicemail. Ask us anything you want about the Masters, about Augusta, about the tournament, if it's DFS, if it's golf betting, if it's a take on Bryson playing Augusta, if it's me caddying at Augusta, if it's Pat playing Augusta, if it's me playing Augusta, if it's growing up in Augusta, if it's going to the Masters every year. Doesn't matter what it is. Something about Augusta, something about the Masters. Call the hotline. Let's get you on the show. And we're going to take some calls. And if we get enough of them, we can do some for the betting preview and some for the DFS preview. So do it. 706-623-3428. I think that'd be really cool. I'll put the number in the chat on YouTube too.